Hi everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to my first vlog of 2019. I wanted to wish you guys first a belated Happy New Year, and I hope you all had an awesome holiday season. I actually just got back from visiting my parents last week. It was kind of a spontaneous trip. I hadn't seen them in a while and the plane tickets were cheap, so I just decided to pack up my studio paints and work on some commissions while I was there. The weather was really cold out. It looked beautiful. It looked like a winter wonderland and the snow was so magical, but it was really too cold to do anything outside of the house. So it was a great excuse for me to just be a hermit crab, and I locked myself indoors and knocked off 2 painting commissions during the week that I was there, but I can't show them to you guys quite yet because they are surprise gifts. But I did film time lapses, so I have lots of new art coming up very soon in the next month or so. Also, it felt really nice to just pop by my parents' house and visit them for no special reason, like just because I missed them. And you know, we were just able to kind of live our normal lives just like back in the day before I moved out for college. You know, I didn't feel like I was a guest visiting them or, you know, a stranger vacationing with them. It just felt like our normal day-to-day lives. You know, we would cook and eat meals together. I would sleep in. I would work in my old room, and, you know, my mom and I would bicker over silly little things. So I really am glad that I got to take a week to just focus on painting, focus on family, and just kind of recenter myself a bit. But it's really good to be back in Seattle, back in my studio. I think nothing beats the feeling of being in your very personal workspace where you feel at your creative and productive best. But sadly, when I got back to my studio, I saw that my frosty fern had died. The leaves are still green, but they're like really dry and just kind of crispy. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know if this is beyond repair or not, but I have been watering it and caring for it as, you know, my online research recommended, and I guess sometimes some plants just die. But if you guys have any recommendations on whether or not a frosty fern can be revived, I definitely really miss this plant. I honestly don't know what happened. Like, it was watered 3 days before my fiance left for a business trip, and then when I got back 3 days later, it was wilted and pretty much dead. Also, sorry, I'm kind of a plant noob. I only started growing plants last month, so I wanted to make use of my YouTube channel to ask some of you plant experts out there for advice. This is my peace lily, and I also came home to this white flower being really like dried and brown. And I don't know if it's lack of watering or if flowers naturally just die or if it's too much sunlight. Like there hasn't been a lot of sunlight in Seattle lately because it's winter time, it's so cloudy. But I did notice that there are 2 little flowers growing, so I don't know if you can even see. So there's one right here, this little white one, and then another one right under this leaf. I don't know if you guys can see. It's so weird, like now I get so excited to see my plants growing flowers or my leaves growing taller. It's a very new feeling for me. I feel like I'm nurturing something to life and helping it grow and, you know, flourish in its lifetime, and it just makes me feel really like centered and fulfilled. So I finally get why people love growing plants and gardening now. Also, I was doing a little bit of cleaning and I found these product samples in my closet. So this was back when I was preparing my shop to launch new merchandise, like not just prints, but tote bags and phone cases and things like that. And these are just a few samples that I ordered to test like the quality and the colors. So they're actually really nice. They're brand new, never been used, and they've just been sitting in my closet ignored all these years. So I thought I would post them for a discounted price on Poshmark so that you guys have a chance to buy them if you're interested. So the products I'm gonna be listing for sale are this beige kind of natural colored white-ish tote bag, and also this pink tote bag. It's like a really vibrant hot pink magenta color. They're both the same size, just different colors, different pieces. And I also have these 2 phone cases. I think they're sized for the iPhone 6 Plus, 6S Plus, 7 Plus, 7S Plus. I'm pretty sure those models all can take the same case. So yeah, if you guys are interested in adopting any of these for a discounted price, you can check out my Poshmark closet. The handle is @HappyDArtist. And if you haven't downloaded Poshmark yet, you can find the link to do so in the description below. I also wanted to share some new oil paintings with you guys. This one is still on the easel, and it is for an upcoming group show with Corey Helford Gallery in February. So I'm gonna actually be finishing this one up in a week or so. You guys might have recognized this concept from an earlier marker drawing that I posted on Instagram. So yeah, I finally decided to make a painting out of it. It's still very rough, the first few layers, but it also is reminiscent of one of my older pieces called Whisper from a few years ago. It's one of my favorite works, and I've always wanted to paint like a sister piece to accompany her. We also have this watercolor painting. Well, it's actually a mixed media of watercolors and colored pencils. And today I'm just gonna refine it a bit with some, maybe like a white gel pen to add some more highlights and textures. But I haven't done like a watercolor painting in a really long time, and I had a lot of fun with this one. And I'm really starting to experiment with this more kind of illustrative style. So I really hope to continue to experiment with watercolors because they're so relaxing to paint with. Like, my mind was completely zen the whole time. And I do have a time lapse of this coming up very soon. And here are two new Mermaid Commissions, which sadly I have to censor now because YouTube's guidelines on censorship, even in art, have like gotten so strict lately. And I guess a woman's nude breast is like totally unsuitable. But anyways, this one is almost completely done. I still have to add a few finishing touches to like the details on the fish and some extra corals. But she's pretty much done, and I'm gonna have a frame for her soon this weekend. This one is just a first layer, like a rough color block. She is a Jellyfish Mermaid. You guys might also remember her sister painting Magenta's Wish from my solo show earlier this year. So this is a more zoomed out full body portrayal, and I was experimenting with fun face makeup for both of them. So she's got like some red and pink and blue eyeshadow, and then she's got like yellow and reddish magenta eyeshadow. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of switch things up, and it's been a while since I've painted mermaids or anything underwater themed. I also just wanted to briefly address my fish tank because you guys might have seen me post about it on Instagram or talk about it in my previous video, but around New Year's, when we got back from Vancouver, we saw that our fish tank had frozen to death. Like, everything inside died. It was our corals, our fish, like some of the fish we had longer than we've had our dogs. And it was devastating. Like, our kitchen breaker tripped for some odd reason. We don't know why. And without power, the tank just completely froze to death. So I'm doing better now in terms of I'm not as emotional, and I don't get like provoked to cry as often as I used to. Like, especially when it first happened, I was like constantly on the edge of crying. But like, I'm still really sad about it. And to be honest, I try to avoid like painting, drawing, or even looking at anything ocean related or fish related because it would kind of bring back really sad thoughts. And yeah, this past few weeks I've been trying to slowly acclimate myself to painting underwater fish and creatures again. You know, I have a few commissions that are very like mermaid underwater themed, and I had been putting them off ever since, you know, the tragedy with the fish tank happened. And so it has been really nice to use art as a way to get over that fear of being sad almost. So yeah, I think as time goes on, it's going to be a lot easier for me to like reintegrate the fish and the coral into my artwork again and really pay tribute to them. I think like once, you know, I'm able to really get some closure and really move on, I want to make like a montage or some sort of tribute to the tank, like just gather all the photos and videos I've taken of the fish and the corals in the past and just, you know, do something to honor their life and their influence on me and all the like beautiful memories they left behind. I'm also thinking about donating to an ocean conservation charity, so if you guys have any recommendations for good ocean conservation charities that help preserve coral reefs and things like that, I'd love to hear your recommendations as well. Also, I wanted to take a minute to chat about sponsorships and sponsored content, sponsored videos. I know that this month I have put out a few videos that have all been sponsored by various companies, and I wanted to make sure I have like an open dialogue with you guys about what that means and kind of my thoughts about it, because I know from a viewer's point of view it's probably annoying to see a lot of ads in your creators' videos. You know, I used to be on the same page as a lot of people back in the day before I had a YouTube channel, before I became an online creator. It's so weird to even say that now, but I used to judge a lot of YouTubers or social media people for selling out and, you know, endorsing products for money. And it wasn't until that I became a part of the social media industry, and, you know, it wasn't until I started to rely on social media for my art career and for the ability to kind of sustain myself that I finally realized how valuable sponsorship opportunities are for creators. I think social media is very unpredictable. Like, we're entering a new era where a lot of industries are being completely changed by the presence of social media. Like, the way we market ourselves, the way we attract customers, the way we connect with our audiences is revolutionized with the presence of social media. So it's very unpredictable, as like beneficial as it is. Social media isn't something that's been around long enough for us to make like accurate predictions about where it's gonna go and how we should adapt. So I feel like because it's so unpredictable and it is very like hot and cold, like trends come and go so fast, I just want to be able to seize every opportunity that I can now and really like make the most of what I have now so I can save up enough money to continue doing art. You know, I hope I can continue doing this for as long as I live, but frankly, I don't know how long I'll get this chance, or if, you know, like 5 or 10 years from now, I'll even be a presence online. So when I get opportunities now to really earn a decent income, you know, I really, really want to take advantage of that, because you never know. You might have to save for a rainy day later. But what I can promise you guys is that I will never promote or endorse a product that I don't believe in. I will never lie and make up false praise about a company or a product just to get paid and recommend you guys something that's like terrible or, you know, doesn't work. I get sponsorship inquiries all the time, and I only accept a small fraction of them because I do want to be selective, and I do only want to choose to endorse companies whose products and mission, you know, I actually believe in and that are actually useful and relevant to my life and the life of my viewers. In fact, most of the companies and products that I endorse on social media are things that I actually use in my everyday art business and in my life. A lot of these companies actually found me because I had already been using their products and, you know, sharing their products online, and that's how they found me. And then they were kind enough to offer to pay me for like an official campaign. That's how Gamblin found me. That's how Squarespace found me. So I just want to make sure you guys know that no matter what, I'm always going to be trying to do what's best for all of us. I'm never going to lie or, you know, prioritize earning money above having integrity or having like a positive impact on my platform. So yeah, I'm sorry, I'm rambling, but please just bear with me. I know sponsored content is not always the most fun, but it is so incredibly valuable and helpful to self-employed online business owners such as myself. Oh, okay, I've been rambling for a really long time now, so I'm gonna wrap up this video because I gotta edit a bunch of videos for you guys that are gonna be released next week. Thank you all so much for listening to me and understanding me and always being so open and encouraging. Once again, thanks to Poshmark for supporting my channel and the art community. You can check out the link to download Poshmark in the description below. And I wish you guys an awesome weekend wherever you are, and I hope to catch you guys in the next video. Bye! And real quick before I leave, I just wanted to let you guys know I'm having a Valentine's Day print sale, so you can get 20% off of your order of prints using the code LOVE at happyd-artist.com, and the sale will end February 14th. Also, if you want to check out more artworks, works in progress, and just random daily artist adventures, feel free to check out my Instagram, and you can follow me at the handle @happydartist. And if you're interested in learning more about how to paint and draw, I have lots of art educational content on my Patreon page, including exclusive video tutorials, step-by-step photo tutorials, live streams, podcasts, and so much more, all available at patreon.com/happydartist. I'd love to have you join my Patreon family.